Hi there from John, the wine specialist at Waiters and Partners Malmesbury and the regional specialist for Southwest 2. I'm just going to do part 2 of the tasting and evaluating wine video. I'm going to start off with palate, which is taste. And this can be quite a subjective matter as our own palates pick up sweetness, tannin, acidity and other flavour compounds in different ways. However, two wines side by side, I'm sure we would agree if one was sweeter or more acidic or more tannic than the other. Sweetness is an indication of sugar. Now, almost all red wine and most white wines are dry. Very little residual sugar. However, some white wines tend to be a little bit sweeter and they can be described as off-dry. The tip of a tongue is quite sensitive to sweetness. Acidity, and this is where lemons can taste sour, acidity can cause the mouth to water and they can make a wine taste refreshing and vibrant. All wines have acidity, but it's more pronounced in white wines. White wines from a cooler climate tend to have higher acidity. Wines such as Riesling and Sauvignon Blanc, definitely more acidic. Acidity is often detected at the side of your tongue. Tannin. This is what makes strong black tea bitter and astringent. Tannins are in the grape skins, and the amount of tannin will depend on the amount of time the wine spends in contact with the skin. White and rosy wines have very little contact, therefore very little tannin. Red wine tends to have a lot more. And thick-skinned grapes such as Grenache and Syrah produce more tannin, whereas thin-skinned grapes such as Pinot Noir and Grenache will have less tannin. Soft, ripe tannins are quite good for viscosity and body of the wine. The bitter flavours of the tannin are often detected at the back of the tongue, and the astringent flavours are detected on your gums. Body, otherwise known as mouthfeel, is a sensation of weight, viscosity, richness and the combination of alcohol, tannin, sugar and flavour compounds extracted from the skins. Some wines could be highish in alcohol, such as a Beaujolais, but are light in body because there is little tannin and it's quite lightly flavoured. Now, sweetness, acidity, tannins and body are often detected in the mouth, but the flavour compounds are often detected when these compounds evaporate off the tongue, rising to the back of the nose. Hence, when we have a cold, it's not good to taste wine. To help these volatile flavour compounds reach the nose, a lot of wine tasters will slurp the wine, so aeration or what I call the mouthwash technique, or both are good. Do the one that suits you. Length or the finish. This is how long do the flavours last in your mouth before you swallow or spit it out. A long, complex finish often indicates quality wine. Now, when I talked about the nose and the palate, I mentioned flavour characteristics. By this, I mean what can you taste? Fruit, vegetable, spice, oak, or other things. A good tip is try not to guess individual items immediately. Try going bigger and think, what do I smell? Do I smell fruit? Is it citrus like lemon or orange? What do I taste? Is it spice like vanilla or cloves? Is it creamy, bready, that sort of thing? My suggestion is go big, fruit, and then bring it down. Is it green fruit, red fruit, black fruit? It's red fruit. Is it summer fruits like strawberries? And then take it from there. So you break it down into small bite-sized chunks. I quite often will say the process out loud because it helps with my thought process and with my confidence building. So when we've done all these things, we have to conclude, is this wine good or not? So we have a subjective and an objective test. Subjectively, do I like it? Say yes or no. Then ask yourself, what did I like about it and why? And this is where we try to bring out the objective part. So there's a little mnemonic, BLICE. Balance. Is the fruitiness, the sweetness, the acidity, and the tannin in harmony or not? Length. Is it a pleasant finish? Is it balanced? Do the flavours linger? Intensity. Are the flavours diluted or are they extreme? Neither of which are really desirable in a good wine. Complexity. Is there one or two flavours or are there quite a range of them? And the best wines have multiple flavours. Expressiveness. Now some wines can taste as if it comes from anywhere. It tastes like every other wine. It doesn't tell you anything about the grapes, etc. Great wines express the characteristics of the grape, the variety, the region, the terroir, and the winemaking technique. So what I say to you is, when you've got your wine and you've looked and you've smelt and you've tasted, you've done your conclusion, move on to the next one for tasting. Fantastic. I hope you enjoy wine as much as I do, and have a lovely time tasting and practicing.